so I can set this up. Take a little gander at the mouse we're going to paint. This little guy. I saw the reference photo for him, and he was just so adorable. Okay, let me figure out where I am on my computer so that I can chat with you guys while we're recording. There it is. Not sure what I did here. Okay. Alrighty, the angle looks good, you can see. There we are. I am still new at this, so be patient with me. Okay, new chat rules, got it. Okay, I'm not sure anyone will join us today. Like I said, I'm really new at this, and my channel's not that big yet. But I do plan to continue this weekly. It will either be Wednesdays or Thursdays. I'm going to try Thursdays. If that doesn't work out so well, we may try Wednesday evenings. We will see. I'll figure out what you guys want. Okay, it is 12:59. All right, I am going to start with some black I've mixed up. If you want to know the supplies and things I use, they're in the description. Also, the reference photo for this mouse. This mouse was originally a wood mouse in the hollow, and it's a British mouse. I wanted to paint, since I live in the eastern United States, a mouse that we would find around here. Mainly because my grandchildren love looking for animals with me when we go on walks. So this, I have changed a little bit of the features, especially in the nose and the hands a touch, to and the coloring a little bit, just a hair, to make sure that this is a deer mouse rather than a wood mouse. But there are very few differences. Both of them have the big eyes. Both of them have these adorable ears. The hands appeared the same in the reference photos I looked at. The coloring was just a hair different. Not much. If you're not a professional, you wouldn't even know. This little deer mouse lives in a hollow of a tree, and I'm not sure what tree this is that they photographed. By the way, the reference photo you can find at the link underneath the video, and the photographer is, I want to say, Nicola, Nicola, Nicola Elliott, Elliot. Her name is also in the description, so you can go to that link and search for this. Just be sure and search for a wood mouse, not a deer mouse. I did change it, like I said, a little hair just to match what a deer mouse would look like. But I also looked up some trees to find one with similar bark. Now this is not a bald cypress tree. However, in our area, bald cypress would have a similar look, and it's a very good tree for our area to have a little mouse in. So this is what I'm doing. It is time to start painting. So I'm going to begin with the eyes. They are cute little bulging eyes. There we go. I'm going to have try to come up with a story for this little guy in the woods. My granddaughter said to name him or her either Pip or Ruby. So I posted online on my social media, and so far it's unanimous that everybody likes the name Pip. So this is Pip the deer mouse, who you are going to see more of. And as I come up with a story for Pip, you can follow along. Now her story will begin in the hollow of a tree, a bald cypress tree, which are often found with the cypress knees in lakes and rivers here in Middle Tennessee, probably all over Tennessee. Makes for a wonderful tree, a nice big tall tree that you can kind of plant a little bit away from the house, but will shade it because of its huge size. And give you a good, beautiful tree. Now it does have the needles rather than leaves, but it loses its needles in winter. Doesn't keep them. Okay, we have the basics of the eyes. I don't want to do quite so much black here. What kind of adventure should Pip go on here? Now you notice I am using some neutral colors here. Don't get wrapped up in the colors. They're just neutral browns. Tonal values, what you want to be careful with. I could change this to pinks, purples, and reds, and blues. As long as I had the tonal values right, it would still look good. Okay. Now in time, I'm not sure how the sound is for this video. I'm recording on my iPad while I record an actual class for my Patreon channel on my phone, but the live is on my iPad. So we will see how the video sound turns out. I do plan eventually on trying to get a mic. I have a cheaper mic, but I need to get an attachment for it to plug in. I didn't realize that. Okay, the ear here has a little, and some fur. Now always paint, even in this bottom layer where things are going to get covered up, always paint in the direction of the fur. Here we go. Now, like I said, I'm going to write a story about little Pip here, and for my granddaughter and my grandchildren. Even the older ones like these cute little stories. You'll see me use my fingers a lot, very lightly, just to kind of fade some things out usually. Let's see here. Alrighty. I need to remember to occasionally look and see. Oh, somebody's joined us. Hello. And let's see here. Now I'm doing sort of a dry brush technique right now. The paint is somewhat wet. I have mixed it and I use water. I use tube paints, but I dry them all because I'm on the go a lot. And I love to paint outside, so this palette works perfect for me. I've had people ask me how come I don't paint in oils or acrylics. It's because I love to paint on the go. I have not done as much of it lately as I would like, but I love to paint on the go. Okay, you notice I'm brushing in the direction, even though this layer's not going to be that visible. Now, if you want more detail, you can go back. I drew in more detail than normal, mainly for y'all's benefit. But if you like less pencil, but you need the detail, use sepia paint and a detail brush and draw it in. Okay, I want to add, there we go. Now, I do plan on doing this weekly. We'll see how that goes. That's my next 90-day challenge, to put out a weekly YouTube video for you guys. I love sharing my art, but I also need to make a living. So you'll see more stuff over on Patreon. I do have a free illustrated printable calendar that I put on there for everybody to say thank you for following me. And I have tiered to help me raise money so I can keep doing this. And so you can get goodies. Alrighty, let's see, get some of this pink in there. I'm not sure which one of these is. Like I said before, I don't worry about color as much as tonal value. So I don't pay attention to that as much. Let's get some pink in here. He's got a little pink nose. And this will dry lighter, so we'll come back over it later. Okay, up, down, kind of. I don't like straight lines when I'm painting wildlife. And I don't know if this is a technique, but it's what I do. Okay, I'm going to add just a hair of pink in here. His fur's not really pink there, it's more brownish. But it seems that the pink in his nose is kind of reflected on his fur a little bit. That's right there. That should cover the pink. All right. He's more brown than he is orange, so that's good. But I do want to add a touch of sepia to it. Tone it down a bit. There we go. Okay, I am going to start with back here. I actually should get a bigger brush for this. Like my Princeton brushes, but at the moment I'm still collecting some and do not have one in the straight edge yet. I have one coming today, I believe. I can't remember which one I ordered, but I try to order periodically a new one so that I can collect them. I love the way they absorb water. These are the Princeton Elite. Those are the Princeton Elite. Watercolor brushes. Okay. A little bit on this side. Let's see, we have this one here is really shadowed. I'm going to have to shadow that a lot more. Very little detail, but we do get a little bit up in here. And okay, I am going to use a little of the blue that I used in my black. Touch of the black. There we go. To kind of create his body down here. Now this is going to dry really light, and this is just my foundation layer. There we go. I can't show you the reference photo because of the copyright on it. However, I can show you the art from it. Okay. All right, his other leg is back here. Let's do just a touch of shadow back here. A little bit over here. Now this is just the foundation layer. I'm just mapping out this little guy. Pip. Got to get used to saying that. Pip, the deer mouse. I'm wondering what should be his next friend. I'm thinking either a toad or a turtle. I did a don't really want that brown. There we go. I did a what am I trying to say? A poll on all my social media links and asked what I should paint next. Well, I will be revealing that as one of Pip's friends coming up soon as I find some good reference photos for it. I think I've taken some of my own photos of this little guy that I could probably use. We will see. Okay, we have some, I'll lighten that up a bit. Just kind of, now we'll be adding shadow and detail later. This is gonna look a little flat right now, but that's okay. Let's see, we have all the, yes, I make little noises when I paint. I do know I want some of this for over here. Whoops, a little darker. Because this is going to be very shaded in there. But I want to leave the hint of the mouse. Okay, fix that a little bit. Get a little more here. Mix that in with some of the other colors. Let's see. I want to leave a lot of that. Let's get this here a little darker up to the hand. Okay, well, I think, what time is it? Yep, only got about 5 more minutes, maybe 10. And we'll have to stop for the day for this one and let it dry. It's one thing about watercolor. To get a good watercolor, you need a lot of drying time. But if you don't have a lot of time for a hobby or whatever it is you're doing with your watercolors, that's actually lends to its beauty, because you can paint 20 or 30 minutes. There we go. Okay. You can paint 20 or 30 minutes and then let it all dry and then come back to it when you have more time. Okay, this down here, and just mapping out the fact that that's a darker color. Okay, now this is just the basic foundation. It's going to probably take 3 to 5 layers to finish this. I encourage you to stop by my social media, and I'm not sure if I'll work on this week myself. I know I'll work on the background myself, or if I'll come back and paint with you guys. Well, it says my chat is disconnected for some reason. Okay. Well, you guys have a good day. And I will see you probably next Wednesday or Thursday. So keep an eye on my social media and I'll let you know for sure. Have a great week.